What's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Carlos Molina. This week I have for you a young woman who with hard work and determination overcame low self-esteem, eating disorders and bullying, and went on to represent New Zealand on an international stage. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Let's go, vámonos. Hello. Today we have a very special guest to the channel. I will let her introduce herself, and if you can tell us a little bit about you.
Hello, my name is Emily and I am your Miss Global New Zealand 2019.
Yes.
So I just recently came back from Mexico in January of this year to compete in the world title. I came top 25 and yeah, it was amazing.
And you also got the title of Miss
Fitness.
Fitness, isn't it?
Yes, so with the Miss Fitness category, it was never judged properly. So although I was told I got Miss Fitness, Miss England was also told that she got Miss Fitness. So there's a little bit of a mix up there with the judging. But I suppose with my personal training, like in my head, I am Miss Fitness.
Oh, you are for all of us.
Thank you.
Also, can you talk to us a little bit about your background? What your studies and just
My
your background.
background.
Yeah.
I did a Bachelor of Performing Arts from 2015 to 2017, which was a major in musical theatre, which was a complete dream come true for me. I've always loved to be on the stage, which is pretty much why I got into pageants. Pageants for me are a way to express myself, and whilst also getting that on-stage experience that I so crave and desire, because that is where my heart is. My heart is on the stage. I got into stage performing when I was 10 years old in my first musical. It was called Snow White and the 70s Dwarves. It was terrible. No, it wasn't terrible, but it was a really interesting way to get into it, just sort of primary school and then getting into things
so cool.
during in high school. Just going through that whole trajectory. But
So you do acting, or do you do like singing or playing any instruments as well?
Oh yeah, I would say I'm more of an actor, but I was trained in singing and dancing throughout my time at drama school, which was a crazy 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're a very talented person.
I wouldn't go that far, but thank you so much.
And how did you get into the fitness as well?
Fitness.
Yeah.
Okay, well I actually got into fitness through drama school. So I owe a lot of things to my musical theatre degree. It introduced me to so many different things, including getting fit. So we were in our second year of drama school when our dance teacher sat us all down and she said, right, you're going to be on stage soon. You're going to be huffing and puffing if you don't get yourselves fit. And so that was my main motivator to go to the gym. At the start of year 2, when I was 19 years old, or probably 18 turning 19, I got my first gym membership at ARA, which was CPIT back then, now it's ARA, and it was about $100 for the whole year. And
oh my gosh.
I know, I'm just
What a
like,
bargain.
why? That's amazing. Apparently it's only $2 a month now, so I missed out. But I got into that and I started doing the Kayla Itsini's BBG Fit thing, like her fitness bikini guide, which is a bit of a controversial name for it now, but back then I was really into it. I gained a bit of muscle and I started getting really into it. It also developed into a bit of an obsession because I did go through an eating disorder for about 3 years there. So for me, fitness turned out in the middle there to be something that was quite bad for me.
Is it?
But funnily enough, fitness also got me out of it.
Okay.
It was definitely it's because if fitness is done right, or whatever right is, but if fitness is done in a healthy way, it is the most incredible thing for your mind, your body and your soul. But if it is used in the wrong way, if you look at the numbers too intensely, if you look at things from a rigid perspective, it can be one of the worst things for you. But saying that there are two sides to everything, or most things, and
True.
the fitness industry, although it does have that bad side to it, it's an incredibly nuanced industry. It's an industry that I love to be a part of personally, and that I don't see myself leaving, but it is good to be aware of that darker side of things.
Okay. Can you tell us, how do you get involved into the pageant?
Pageants were never something that crossed my mind, ever. Not even modelling, not even anything like that. I grew up with the lowest self-esteem possible, I think. Well, not possible, but I grew up with really, really low self-esteem. And it was through like bouts of bullying and different things that happened to me. But I didn't have the higher self-esteem, and so for me, when the opportunity for Miss 5 Crowns New Zealand came up, I didn't leap at it, but I was sort of inspired by one of my good friends now, Lauren Watkins, who I sort of had known from when I was a child. I was just really inspired by her because she had come top 5 in Miss 5 Crowns the year before. And I was just thinking, wow, this looks amazing, being on stage, these women all look so confident, beautiful, and just like they love the skin they're in. And I really wanted to be a part of that. So in the beginning of 2017, I put my name down. I put my name down for a variety of reasons, but the main two was more charity work. I was working with SAFE at the time, animal rights campaign group. I wanted to do more of that kind of stuff, and I also wanted to gain confidence and love myself a little bit more. The boyfriend I was with at the time, he did not really agree with it. I can't say he was the most supportive, and that, would have been enough for anyone to sort of leave it, but I really wanted to stick with it. And
it was about you, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about loving yourself and developing yourself. So I'm pleased
Yes.
you went ahead and carry on with your intention.
Thank
I'm
you.
pleased you did.
It was just the best thing I ever did. I got into pageants because I wanted to help more charities, but I also wanted to grow myself, and tick, I did both of those. I got Charity Queen that year, and I also got top 5. I came second runner up, so that was amazing. And I just think back to all of the incredible women that I shared my time with there in that year, and I just think, how the heck did I get up there? How did I do it? I still can't answer that question, because I'm such good friends with all those girls still. Well, most of those girls still. I suppose everyone goes on their new paths, but my favourite part though about pageants, I'd have to say, is the travel, because I have been able to travel to Vietnam, Rarotonga, Fiji and Mexico.
Wow, I didn't realize you've been to all those places, because from the time I know you, I knew that you were getting ready for Mexico, but
yes.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
All these places, and traveling, by the way, it's such a great thing to do. You just learn so much about different cultures, and it opens your eyes, isn't it, to the world. So
well, it does.
You just came back from Mexico?
Yes.
And from what I've been following you on your social media and talking to you, it sounds like it was an awesome experience. What can you tell us about it?
Mexico is one hell of a country. It is so incredibly hectic. There are so many people, and for the first 4 or 5 days I could not deal with the heat. It was so incredibly hot.
Oh, I see.
And I just kept saying to the other girls, oh my god, and this is their winter, like it's amazing. What I would have to say my favourite experience was meeting the other women who competed with me. I really got along with countries like, of course, Australia, England, Scotland, Wales, oh my gosh, Trinidad and Tobago, Sweden, Hong Kong. Just, I had the best experience, and it's all thanks to those women and so many others. Like, I could not even name them all, but it was amazing in that sense. You just learn so much about not only the Mexican culture, but all of the other cultures that you are experiencing through talking to people and talking to the other girls, and talking to one of our organizers who was from Bulgaria, talking to her, what's it like in Bulgaria. It was amazing in that sense and incredibly eye-opening. The food was really good, but I was not prepared for the amount of crickets that were shoved into things.
Oh, really?
Like, one funny story is that I ordered room service to my room when I was really sick one day, and so I'd missed a whole day of rehearsals. Anyway, I wasn't feeling so good to start with, and so I ordered this big bowl of tortilla soup, which I thought was going to be amazing, which it was. Ordered some bread rolls to go with it, and then inside the bread rolls I was like, oh, what is this? Oh, it's Turkish seeds. You know, I wasn't really looking. Then I bit into it, and all I could think was,
Crunchy.
what? This is too crunchy to be true. And so yeah, it was crickets inside.
Oh, really? I didn't.
Yeah.
I've been to Mexico, and that's kind of my culture, where I'm very close to Mexico, and I didn't know about that. They eat crickets.
Yeah, really often as well.
Really?
Which is cool. Like, it is, I mean, other cultures have whatever they have.
Yeah.
As a Kiwi, it was very shocking just to find a bunch of crickets. But yeah, no, Mexico was incredible. Of course, the way Miss Global ended has been in the press, and it is a very controversial ending. We weren't given top 10 answers, question and answers. We weren't given the chance to kind of do what a pageant does and show our intelligence and our authenticity at the end of the night. But they crowned who they crowned, and those girls have crowns now, so we can't do anything about it. The organizer of the pageant, Van Pham, he is one interesting man. He explained, or he tried to explain what happened, but it was not, the pageant was not done correctly on that night. However, the 2 weeks prior to that night were absolutely amazing. Seriously, we got to see so many sights. We got to see the pyramids of the sun and moon.
Yeah.
We got to see an amazing castle built in the 1700s from the Spanish colonization and all that. That was amazing. And we got to hear so many stories from the people when we used to go around these tourist spots. We got to, you know, the people who could speak English would tell us all about what this place meant to them.
What entailed all the preparation? Because I seen you before you go, you know, we used to chat, and I saw you working really hard at the gym.
Yes.
And I saw you doing practices as well.
Yes.
So you put lot of work to get ready for that, isn't it? So what kind of preparation you have to do?
The kind of preparation I had to do for myself was not so much the fitness side of it, because when you know what you need to do for yourself, how to get as lean as possible for the show, when you know about all that, it's fine. But for me, it was the walking, and it was the stage presence, and where to put my arms and things like that. It's an ongoing process for me, despite having represented Oceania in a previous pageant. You just never stop learning. You never stop learning. For me, it was my walk. So thankfully I work in a gym with a massive studio, so I was able to put my heels on every break and do my thing. And a lot of the members saw me do that. Maybe they're a little bit confused. I would be too. But it was good. It was really good for my preparation. Shout out to my walking trainer Reggie. He was incredible. And I suppose the preparation for me was just the walk and getting that right. And it's incredible the amount of preparation that actually goes in for me personally, because I am used to doing pageants by now. It wasn't so that I had to change my body drastically or practice how I was going to talk to people, because I felt like I'd had a lot of practice with that already. It was more so the fact I was going to be walking on an international stage, and It is actually quite a bit of work to learn how to walk properly.
Yeah, and you guys have to be so knowledgeable about like current affairs and all that, isn't it? Because you can be
Yes,
asked
yes.
questions once you're on stage about anything. So that's also, another component to the challenge of all that
Definitely.
you have to do. One thing I have to say is that was like so beautiful, amazing. It's that dress that you were wearing.
Oh yes, my national costume.
Yes, that's impressive.
Yes, my designer for that, Jo Marie, her name's Jo Marie Wearable Art on Facebook and Instagram. She is amazing. She designed that whole thing, and it's basically meant to be the Waitapu champagne pool up in Rotorua.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was amazing. Just
that
getting
was
to wear that,
stunning.
and I felt like a total queen. It was amazing.
So Emily, it was really nice having you back from Mexico. And in terms of growth, personal growth, what growth do you think you have achieved after all your experience?
For me, growth comes in a number of forms, and for me personally, growth came very quickly this time. From day one, we were told this is where you need to be, this is the time we need you, and this is how we need you to look. And for me, in my daily life, I'm a personal trainer. I'm not used to being told, right, really quickly, do your makeup and this is this. So I had to learn pretty fast, this is what you need to be doing. So for me, time management was a massive growth part. But in a way, I've already been really good with my time management. I've always been really good with that. So I don't feel like anything has changed in that respect. But I feel like my time management has gone from good to really good.
Excellent. And anything else in terms of growth that you have?
Oh yeah, interesting. It's an interesting question. I think because I've already represented the country before, there are a few things that did not shock me, that may have shocked me if this were my first international, like the timetables. Like I knew it was going to be hectic and things like that.
Yeah.
But I do feel like in me there has been a bit of a growth thing where I believe in myself more, and I believe I can do things a lot better, and also my positivity.
Nice.
My positivity has been ramped up quite a bit because I know who I am a little bit more now, and just to be able to say that is so big for me, because I already thought I was quite a self-assured person. So for me to feel like that, even just that little bit more, is really cool.
The other thing from what you said at the beginning about self-esteem, and I think you have gone from having low self-esteem that you were talking about at the beginning,
Yes,
to
massively.
a very confident young woman, isn't it?
Absolutely. Because for me, at first, when I was a teenager, all I cared about was, I just want to look pretty, I just want to be I just want to look like accepted, like I just want to be accepted, and I want to be accepted through my looks. And now that I've gone, through my life, I don't care anymore. I just want to be the best person that I can be. And once you're the best person that you can be, that will just literally radiate to everyone else, and then that's how you're accepted. I feel so foolish for even having said that, but I suppose I'm not the only one, right? So
you're not the only one. The other thing I wanted to mention and I'm sure anyone that knows you from the gym here will totally agree with me, that what strikes me about you is that, from knowing you, is that you always are very approachable, always smiling, always friendly, always humble. You never took yourself by super seriously, like a lot of people in your position will be like, I'm representing New Zealand, and I'm this very snob person. You're always very humble, and
Oh, thank you.
and that tells me that you have a very beautiful character. You're a beautiful person inside and out. So
thank you very much. I suppose when you are in my position, it is so easy to take yourself seriously.
Yes, definitely.
And I don't know, I hadn't thought of that before. I hadn't even considered the fact that I might be approachable in that sense, which is really nice. I suppose in my job I've always just tried to be myself and I have this thing where I need to make people feel comfortable. Like when they walk into the gym and they want to sign up, my worst fear would be me accidentally saying something to make them feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
And I suppose that must translate to the way that you said.
Yeah, definitely. And I like you posted something recently about someone you signed in and you show the progress for that person, and it's like a wow, mind blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must feel really good for you to see that you know you are
it does.
Changing lives, making a difference.
Oh, it's incredibly rewarding. What I do is incredibly rewarding. Pageants are an amazing hobby and they're an amazing part of my life, but I wouldn't be sad if they weren't. Whereas with fitness and with my job and what I do here at Anytime Fitness, I would be very sad if that wasn't a part of my life anymore, if that makes sense. Because here is where the work is done, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I think this is we're gonna close the interview now, but it's been really, really lovely having you, and
thank you
know
so much.
and for you to agree to talk to us and to share your story and to hopefully inspire a lot of people out there. So
well, it's been my first ever YouTube interview, so it's been very cool. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much.
Lovely. See you soon. I hope that you were inspired by the video. Like, subscribe and share, and I will see you soon. Peace. Peace.